Hey guys, welcome to a special episode of Team Tour Tuesday. This episode is our first viewer submitted one. One of our subscribers, Mervin, shout out to you, asked us to build a team around this Captain Carter. I really liked this piece. I pulled the Chase or the Prime before I pulled her, and I got to play against this in our release day sealed, so I got to see how annoying it was. I haven't actually got to play this piece yet, but this was a fun kind of build around. She is a couple of different keywords that are really cool. I chose to go with a shield team. I figured you would have a lot of the newer pieces. I didn't want to go too far back, so this could be something that you do pick up. Howling Commandos was another option that I thought about with the Hydra Stomper. Just a lot of the Howling Commando pieces are older and they're kind of hard to use. She's passed in Soldier, but I didn't feel like Soldier was the best choice. It's too wide, and I think this team has a lot of utility. So we went with Shield. So for this team, it is a 300 points. It's modern legal, and we're playing Carter at 100 points with the 5 points for her shield. So we'll go over Carter. I know we went over her card, but I just like to go over her again. So we've got a trait to defend, and that non-adjacent friendly characters within range modify their defense by +1. That's just very good because she's going to protect everybody that's around her and give them a little bonus. And with the Captain Carter shield that she has, she's got a defend +1. And top dial, she's at a 19. I wanted to make use of her entire dial just because she is a really good piece. I could have played her at her lower points, but I feel like we're missing out and we're not having her as a centric focus of the team. And then the main reason that we are playing her is her Giant Reach 6 Quake. That power is absurd with a 13 block radius that she just gets to jump down and pop. I think is absurd. And then we've got her knockback in any direction, and that plays into both this Robbie and this Human Torch, because you'll be able to see what they do in a minute, but they work really well with those two pieces. And then if we flip her over and we look at her card, just at the back, so for 100 points, we get 8 clicks of life, a 12 charge, that is essentially running shot, because you get a range of 6, 12 attack, 19 defense, and then 4, the leadership is actually really important here. I'll go into that at the end, but I actually tried to find a good way to make use of this leadership, and I found one piece that I really like and that I recommend you get. But she's a very good combat piece. At 100 points, she's going to take down a lot of things. 12 hits a lot. And then if we stick a shield agent up next to her, we can plus her range by 1, give one of them a power action to up her damage by 1, and she can throw her shield because she still has that range of 6 anyway. She's just a very good piece. I really like her. But brief overview of her. Done. We're going to go into the backup melee piece, which is Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider. This is from the New Avengers Forever. I really like this Ghost Rider piece. The sculpt's kind of sick. And so he's shield. He ignores elevation for movement, which is a very good Ghost Rider thing to do. He's got a traded poison when he uses it and damages an opposing character. After resolutions, you heal him 1 click, so he can always go back up, which is kind of cool. Having a little bit of steel energy, basically. He's got a special attack power, and why I picked him on the team is Quake Giant Reach 3. So you can spread Carter and Robbie apart on the map, have Carter come in and Quake, and Quake somebody towards Robbie to get within that range of Robbie, and then Robbie can hit them as well. So you get this little bit of knockback going, which is super cool. Just some added synergy that I like, and having that range is pretty decent. He's got a stop click at his end, which is invincible. It's good to always have a stop click, just that way your guy doesn't always die. But if we look at his dial, he's Mystics, which is a very, very great team ability to have. And he's got an 8 charge, 11. He has that special ability the entire way down except for his last click. But hopefully you can poison somebody and move up. And on that last click, he has hypersonic. So you're going to run away and hopefully position him well. He's only got super senses. So if you stick him next to Carter, you can play a little bit of like a Quake game, because you can Quake with him, the knockback would push them still within range of Carter, and then you can Quake with Carter. So if you want that defend, he's 19 if he's within range of Carter. 19 is kind of hard to hit, and he's got a rollout, and he's Mystics, and he exploit weakness. I think just is a very good 75-point piece to kind of fit with that group push that we are doing with Carter. The other main piece on this team is this Human Torch. This Human Torch is from Avengers, Fantastic Four, Empire, and he's got a follow-up trait. Follow-up, they just printed a couple more of these pieces in Avengers Forever, but none for S.H.I.E.L.D. But they did have this guy. This is not Johnny, this is the original Human Torch. He ignores characters for movement, and he has once per turn for all characters with a follow-up trait, make an attack using Human Torch's printed combat values, but only to target a single character hit with an attack made by another friendly character with the shield keyword. So as long as they are within his 6 range, you can follow up, make a free attack, and then attack with him again. So we Quake them, we push them towards Torch. Torch can then free shoot them, actually shoot them, and then Robbie can run up on them, and you're just going to pound in a lot of attacks really early. He also has a traded enhancement in leadership. Leadership is kind of an important thing later with Maria and Nick here. So we'll look at the back of his card just to see what we've got working with here. So his dial's kind of all over the place, but I'm okay with it. We've got a 10 running shot, 10 pen psychic, energy shield deflection, and a 17. If he's within range of Carter, that's a 20 to hit. So very hard. And then he has that enhancement in leadership. At 45 points is pretty good. You're going to pull the tokens off of your shield operatives, off your friendly characters. You can kind of go every turn if you position correctly. And you can put him just next to Carter and leadership off Carter. Carter can leadership off of him, and they can go every turn. I do like that ability, just to have that constant chain of we're going to keep going, we're going to keep moving, we're going to keep pushing. I love that. This Human Torch is really cool. I really like this piece. Next piece I want to talk about is this Nicholas J. Fury. So he's got, this is his team up card because this is a S.H.I.E.L.D. Team. So these are from the legacy card packs. They're a little bit difficult to get, but they're like $5, so they're not super expensive. He's got improved targeting, hindering, which is very good. So he's Stealth Buster, and he has, if Nick Fury is part of a S.H.I.E.L.D. team, he has once per turn a friendly character with the S.H.I.E.L.D. keyword can use a S.H.I.E.L.D. team ability as free. After revealing your forces, you swap this card with the black card. So Robbie doesn't have the S.H.I.E.L.D. team ability, so he could use it and help to push somebody up. Carter has it. Everybody else has it, so they can use it for free, and then they can use it as a power action as well. But just to get that extra bonus on damage, I think is really cool. And if you have them positioned correctly, you can just keep going. And then this leadership is the basis of the importance on this team. He's got leadership. When he uses it and succeeds, you can instead generate a S.H.I.E.L.D. operative, which are these blonde chicks in the back here. On click 1, if a 6 was rolled, you may instead generate a Maria Hill on click number 1 if there isn't a friendly Maria Hill on the map. So we have Maria. We're already playing her on the team. 30 points to fill in, I think is very useful. And she's just good because you can just generate the operatives. He's also got a defensive power of regeneration, super senses, and willpower. We flip that click over here. We're going to look at the back of him. So he's our second range piece along with that Human Torch. An 8 running shot for the top 3 clicks. He doesn't have any get through reducers, and but he's got Perplex, so he can up his own attack. He can up Carter's attack to a 13. He's also a shield, so he can up range. This is a very good piece. For 50 points with 3 damage is really good, and then you can keep him next to Carter and support Carter that way. There's just a lot of utility with these shield pieces of just increasing what you're going to do. Then we're going to look at Maria Hill. This is our last piece before we go into the generators and the sideline. Maria Hill is team up Nick Fury, so if she's on the team with Nick Fury, you use the blue card. If Maria Hill and Nick are both on the map, they both can use Mastermind, but only to choose friendly characters with the shield keyword, which is everybody. So you can generate these guys within range of Nick and then Mastermind the damage to them, or generate the damage to somebody with a better reducer and do it that way, or generate it to Robbie if Robbie's going to poison and then heal back up. Like little cool things you can do with that Mastermind there. A little bit of funness. And then Maria has a version of this leadership that Nick has, that when she uses it, you get a shield operative. If you roll a 6, you can remove an action token from each shield operative. So we're going to roll our leadership every turn. If we succeed, we're going to generate these, and then they can potentially go every turn. Maria Hill is only 30 points. She gets 4 clicks out of her with a stealth, precision strike, 17 willpower, so she can go every turn, and a 3 with that special leadership. So she's also a decent range piece. At a range of 5, 2 targets, she can hit, and she's going to do at least 1 damage, which we kind of like. I think it's really good. And she generates us our shield operatives. These shield operatives are cool, just little peons that are just cool that we can just generate every turn, kind of like the Hydra ones. They have stealth, they have plasticity, so they're tie-up pieces, combat reflexes, coast combat expert. They're basically just little tie-up shield pieces. We generate them, we throw them behind Carter, we power action, Carter goes up in damage, we can do that 3 times, 6 damage at a 13 attack if we perplex it up with Nick, and we're gonna one-shot pieces. I like that, it's great. We can put them next to Torch. Torch has that pen psychic, same thing. So these are just very good free pieces, and I think it's great. Have as many of them as you want, since both these guys will create them, and if Maria Hill dies, keep a Maria Hill on your side and generate a Maria Hill so that you can keep going. Very good. There is one more piece that I would like on this team, but I do not have it, so through the magic of editing, I will put his card right here. All right, so this is the legacy card for the Agent Coulson from the new Avengers Forever set. He has a sideline active trait that when a friendly character of 50 points or more with the shield keyword rolls for leadership and succeeds, and a 6 was rolled, you can instead generate Agent Coulson from your sideline on click 1. So Carter's 100 points, Nick is 50 points, both their leaderships qualify, and you have that every turn to generate this. Why do we care about this Coulson? I don't know. Let's look at him. He's got Incapacitate. When he uses it, he may also deal his printed damage value to hit characters given an action token. And since it's not part of an attack, they can't mastermind it out because you can't mastermind Incapacitate, which is really good. So he can just incap people, deal a little bit of damage, which is cool. And then he's got another trait, level 7 Agent. Leadership Outwit. When Agent Coulson uses leadership and succeeds, you may instead generate a shield operative on click 1. So he makes more shield operatives. That's really good. He's 45 points, so we could replace the Human Torch with him if we wanted to main him, but I think he's cool just to have on that sideline just as the option. An 8 running shot, a 10 with his special attack power, 17 toughness, 3 damage with that outwit. Really good just for shutting down your opponent's pieces and making them a little weaker. I think it's very good just to have that ability to get past the reducers. Overall, I think this was a kind of quick, kind of rough team, but it has a lot of cool interaction, and I think the high synergy of disrupting your opponent's game plans with the quakes of both Carter and Robbie is really good, because a lot of teams will either bunch up or position the way they want on the map, and if you can mess with that in any way, you're doing yourself a favor. You're getting in and you're messing with their game plan, making people have to play on the fly. It's always good. The follow-up on the Human Torch, I think, is really cool. Just to have 2 free attacks on a turn with all the leaderships that we have with the 4 characters here that have leadership. We're getting 4 attacks in a turn. Having 5 is great because we're having, on average, a 1 more attack per turn than our opponent. And we can theoretically go every turn with Human Torch as long as somebody hits. So we can keep hitting with our shield operatives on a Hail Mary, hit with Robbie, hit with Coulson if we generate Coulson. just to get that follow-up attack in there. I think it's super good. It doesn't really matter that you can't buff his powers. Nick's a good backup range piece, and Maria is a really good just extra call-in piece and helps those shield operatives every turn bump somebody's damage up. Also, this team isn't super expensive, with Carter and Robbie being super rares. The Human Torch is a rare. Super cheap. It's one of the more budget-friendly teams that we have presented on the channel. I do hope you enjoy this team. If you have any feedback on it, you can put it down in the comment section below. We do read every single comment. Hopefully you can pick up these pieces for yourself and you can play them. I was going to play this at our event today, so we'll see if that gets to happen and we can comment on how this team went. And as always, like the video if you enjoyed it, give us a subscribe, share us with your friends. We do this content just because we want to bring more Heroclix content to our friends and the people in the world, because this is a game that we love and we enjoy, and we want more people to love it and enjoy it. If you guys have a piece that you think you want to build around but you don't know how to do it, send it our way and we'll do our best. Until next time, guys, take it easy.